Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto. I don't know why. I think it's because it never has enough.
You're crazy! Crazy! You're fucking crazy!
Oh my, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
Oh my god, you're freaking crazy, girl. Oh my god, girl. That is so crazy. So this one time I walked in for my bachelorette party and my boyfriend decided to tell me that instead of getting married in 3 weeks, he thought it would be best if we just never saw or spoke to each other ever again.
Susie, you nut. When I was in high school, I was really good friends with this girl named Ashley, and she was really calm.
I bit a man at a bar last week because he touched my shoulder. I broke the skin. Wait.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
I paid $450 to send a crate of bees to my ex's wedding. And I'll do it again.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
Okay, that one's going to be a tough one to follow, but when I was a sophomore in high school, I participated in my first blood drive.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
That is absolutely bonkers. I'm going to tell you a story about the best first date I ever went on. This was right before the pandemic, February of 2020. I know this looks weird, but trust me.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
Oh my god, you're freaking crazy, girl.
Call me crazy if you want, but I've never liked store-bought pesto.
Susie, I don't know if I can top that, but I will say that last April, I decided I needed to break up with my law school boyfriend because number one, it was not a good relationship, and number two, I was beginning to realize I was not in fact pan, but a lesbian. So I decided I was going to go over to his house the day after he finished his law school exams and break up with him, and I did. And he seemed like he took it okay. He said that he understood, and that even though he was sad, it seemed like I'd made up his mind. He took it pretty well. He was accepting, except he was not. He started texting me almost right away, pleading for another chance, saying that he could change for me. He sent me videos that he made that were photos of us set to sad music. He posted some of them on TikTok too. He sent me flowers and a sweater to my home address. He also contacted my mom and my friends, asking them to check up on me and make sure to take care of me because I was really special. All of this while I was asking for no contact at all for the rest of the summer. He broke that repeatedly. Then comes July, the biggest exam of our lives, the bar exam. I knew he was going to be there because there are only 2 places in the state that you can take it. And I saw him at the lunch break. I walked past him a bunch of times and I was like, okay, I guess I should acknowledge him. So I went up to him and I said, hey, I know that I've walked past you a bunch of times. I just want to say hi. I don't think that we should talk anymore though. And he said, wait, no, I want to talk to you. And he started crying and he tried to hold my hand. No. And he was telling me all about how he messed up so much in our relationship and he's changed and grown so much since then. And then I was pinned with him and couldn't get away because we were walking in a big crowd of people back into the room for the second session. At the end of the day, he tried to text me again. And I was like, hey, I don't think that we should be talking. I told you I wanted no contact and you breached that over and over. And he, at the end of the second day, he texted me and he was like, I can't do this anymore. You treat me like trash. Have a good life, human. And I was like, okay, if you need to be angry to move on, I guess that's fine. He did not move on because the next month on my TikTok, a lesbian who was a few years younger than me started commenting on my videos and then started DMing with me. And she was looking for advice because she was in a relationship with a man and thought maybe she was gay and should break up with him. So she was asking lots of details about my breakup and how I knew and when I knew and who I told. And I started to realize really quickly that this was a suspicious situation. So I had my friend suss it out for me. And she messaged this account using the first name of my ex, and immediately he confesses. He sends me a message from the lesbian account saying, hey, at least you didn't make a fake account like a crazy ex to try and be friends again. Also, he said something weird and encouraging, like, whoever ends up with you is going to be so lucky. And I was like, please leave me alone. I texted his sister to tattle on him because she was the only family member I really had contact information for. So he was quiet for a little bit, except he wasn't, because there was an Instagram account that was viewing all of my stories, and I was like, really? I messaged the account. Also, the account had the name of his aunt, which seems like a dumb name to pick if you're trying to catfish someone. I messaged the account, and I say, are we really doing this again? And then all of a sudden, the account disappears. And then, this one is crazy. There's an account that starts commenting on my TikToks. They're playing the long game this time. they're commenting on my TikTok saying things like, the lesbian master doc is problematic because it makes bisexual people think that they're lesbian. Or it'll be like encouraging me or saying that they understand my experience and what I'm going through. But it's kind of weird because they, again, seem like they know a little too much about my experience, and I have not put all of it online. And so I start to get suspicious, and I have followed the person back because we've commented back and forth so much. And so I start posting friends only videos that I think might trigger him. I know that's kind of mean, but it was for investigative purposes, and it worked because then he texted me in response to one of the videos saying that he was not actually all that bad, and so I was wrong to post this. And I was like, gotcha. And I said, that's funny that you should say that because that was posted to friends only. So now I know that you're catfishing me again. And he said, no, I'm not catfishing you again. There's somebody who follows you who sends me screenshots of everything that you post. And I said, really? Who is it? I knew exactly who it was because I'm still, to this day, 99% sure it's him. And he says, oh, this is what their name starts with, and I don't have any proof of any of these messages because I delete all messages on my Instagram, TikTok, and phone. So I don't have proof that they're sending them to me, but why would I lie about this? I wouldn't lie about this. That's kind of funny because you've lied about it twice before. The other weird thing about this account is that the person's profile picture is a dead TikToker. I know that because I did a reverse image search to figure out if I could see if the person who they're claiming to be is actually them. It is clearly not. So I blocked that account, and the account is now gone anyway. Things go quiet for a little bit, and then in December, he decides that he's going to ask out my best friend. I only have like 3 friends in the world, so it's kind of funny that he decides to ask out one of them. She says no, obviously, and then I tattle on him to his sister a second time. Then he goes quiet, and wouldn't you know it, I have come to find out that it's because he started this cycle all over again with another girl. Be careful out there, because he is now back on the apps, and he also is on TikTok and has hundreds of men and women thirsting after him every day. Yeah, but pesto, like, that's crazy.